Hello, good evening, friends and family of my Florida Mortgage Solutions. Here I am Jose Rivera, the loan originator of that you can trust. And today is Tuesday Tips, so I'm super excited because we're not only going to talk about certain tips that can help you and give you or empower you to feel comfortable about the process of buying a home. Also, I guarantee you that whenever we're done today, you're going to be like, I gotta make that phone call to my Florida Mortgage Solutions, not only because they're giving me the right information, also because they're gonna guide me through the process and I'm gonna enjoy it. So today tips, and keep in mind these tips, not everybody like to talk about these things because you take away from them to be the agent. No, in our case, we understand that knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more excited you'll be and the more ready you'll be to make this amazing decision, which is the biggest decision you will make in your life as far as financial decision. So today we're going to talk about why the pre-qualification process is important or so vital. Think about every time you're about to make a big decision, if you just make it out of emotion and you start taking whatever steps you feel that you should be making, the part that is super important is proper planning. If you do not plan properly for this big, important decisions like financing your home and buying your home, that's when a lot of times people suffer a lot of consequences in regards of whenever they go into finance a home. So being able to plan properly and understanding the process, by you following the process, you'll be able to be not only ready, but also you're going to make the right decision for you and for your family as well. So let's establish this. The pre-qualification is so important because technically that's the first step that you should take before you go to do your house hunting. The reason why is it is great for you to go online and going on TV and looking on the internet and everything in regards to know what kind of a house do you like. That is a very important factor because that will help you for you to expand the dream. The ability to dream and to know that you can actually accomplish things like buying a house. So that's a very important factor. But once you already establish that, yes, this is something that I really want to do, this is something that I really want to prepare myself for, that first step is the pre-qualification process, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. The reason why that's the first step is because during the pre-qualification process, you're going to know exactly for how much you're going to qualify for. The dollar amount. Let's say, should I buy a house that is $250? Should I buy a house that is $300? What about my income? What about my credit? Because during the pre-qualification process, the most important or vital factors of that process is how much is your income? What kind of debt do you have? Or responsibilities or financial responsibilities, and also what kind of a credit you have. So whenever they have that combination of what kind of a credit, income, your job, how long you've been in a job, all those details make a whole for you to be able, or for the loan originator, in this case us in My Florida Mortgage Solutions, to be able to establish the dollar amount that you qualify for. Why is that important? Most people, they decide to make a decision based on what they believe is to be true. So sometimes you could say, I have very good credit, so I'm just going to go house hunting because my credit is so awesome and I love this house that it was $300,000. And can you imagine after you go there and you get excited about that emotional factor and you start signing a contract and everything, and then all of a sudden 2 months later they tell you that you don't qualify because your income was not there, or because something in your credit that you could have done, that you could have planned for it. So, or at the end, after you go through all that process, they tell you that your payment is more than what you really wanted to do. That's not really a good thing if you want to be financially responsible. What you want to do when you're financially responsible is not only about dreaming and getting excited, also is so important for you to understand not only how much you qualify. So if you qualify for $300,000, then go and buy that $300,000 house. But you want to know how much will be your payment, how much in average you should be prepared to pay as a down payment, and average of closing costs. That way, when you're making that decision, when you're signing that contract with that real estate agent, you know and you feel empowered to make that decision. Different than some people. That sometimes, I don't know if you've seen these kind of people that go into the grocery store and they put all in the cart, they put a lot of groceries and everything, and then I seen them that right before me, they're all like a little nervous, and they're like, well, I only have this much, so for some reason, can you remove this from my cart? Can you remove that? That's because they didn't do proper planning. They didn't calculate exactly what they wanted to do. You don't want to do that whenever you're buying and financing a home. So during this process, when we're evaluating these factors, you're going to know 100%, not only how much is the max amount that you qualify, but what about you qualify for $350,000, but you're comfortable with a budget of $1,500 a month? Then you will establish what kind of a dollar amount you need to be in order to stay at that payment. When you sit down with an agent like myself, a loan originator, we're going to be able to establish, okay, if you go to this property, if you want to be at this payment, normally this is how much would be the taxes, how much in average will be your insurance, and with the principal and interest, your payment will be or will follow this. That way, when you sit down with your real estate agent and you're talking about the kind of property that you want, the area that you want to live, specifications about how many rooms and everything, you're going to attack everything based on the budget that you have. Now, one of the big difference between us, My Florida Mortgage Solutions, and going directly to a bank, let's say, I don't want to mention any names, but those banks that you deposit your money and you have your checking account and they tell you how to use your money, those type of banks, is that when you go to those banks, they only have one source. That means that when you go there, they take their time to gather all your information, and if you don't qualify there, that's it. Now you have to get somebody else to get your credit pull again, and they're going to tell you the same thing. And then you go to another bank, one of those people, and because they really cannot make decisions, they have to send it to their managers and whatever, and they're going to take all that time, and at the end, they're going to say, I'm so sorry, pull your credit, but we really cannot do it. That's not what we do here. What we really do here is, by being a mortgage broker, we have a lot of banks under us. And what that benefits you is that we don't have a way to say no. What we say is, yes, we have an ability, we have this bank that could help you to accomplish what you want to accomplish based on the down payment that you have, based on the credit that you have, based on the income that you have. We'll figure out with you, we'll plan for you to be able to be successful and go to the end goal. Not only that, if for some reason right now cannot be done, we're not just going to tell you, oh, I'm sorry, we cannot just do it. No, we're going to establish a plan with you so you know 100% what you have to do in order to purchase the home. I've seen it every day. Every day I'm with clients, and I've seen people when they're in the 500 beacons or in the 400 beacons, and we talked about their credit, we do the proper planning, and not even 2-3 months later, they come back and they're so excited. I just have a lady that her credit was very low, and then we talked about it, and then all of a sudden now her credit is in mid 600s. She's gonna get an amazing financing charges, and she's so happy that she's gonna be buying her home. So proper planning and coming here is gonna be super vital for your success. So always remember, pre-qualification is super important. Yes, we can do it over the phone, so you can call us at 321-424-6088. Once again, you can call at 321-424-6088. Make the appointment. If you want to do everything over the phone or online, we can help you with that. If you feel more comfortable to be present, to be right next to us, then we will guide you directly, and you can see it on the big picture of our computers here. We will do that as well. So thank you so much for listening today for the Tuesday tips, and please give us a call. Bye-bye.